And we're back.
Noah, what you got there, Noah?
He's got a big cat.
Little Roma.
Call me Carol.
Carol Basket.
All right, we're going to give a
Bassett,
few seconds here.
Baskin.
Let's see what happens.
Hey, everybody.
Nope, not fully starting yet, Chris.
Oh, sorry. I won't start yet. And
all right, we're going to
hey,
see
everybody.
if we actually get anybody to show up.
Live video. No. Hey, everybody. I'm Chris.
And I'm Linda.
And welcome to the County Route Report. The report about the county route. We're grateful to be with you today, and today is brought to you by the letter B.
All right, so we started this yesterday, but we have to apologize. We made a major mess up, and when I say we, I mean me.
Wow.
I went live on my own personal Facebook page instead of right here on Happy Place Homestead, and so that was. I mean, we had a good time. So that wasn't bad, and I did share it to the Facebook page, but here we are, hopefully doing this right. Also, I want to also make a note that yesterday's recording, we looked like we were squished, like our faces were like elongated, and we were like, I don't know,
yeah, it was
like one
weird.
of those funny mirrors.
I don't know.
Here, I don't see that being the case. So if you guys notice that, and if you have an idea of how to fix that, because I've tried, I can't. Comment, please. Let us know if you know how to fix the problem. Also, David. Also, if we were trying to set up another camera, there's so many things. We're
close.
We're
so close to doing something right.
We're not
not
really
there
good.
yet.
Yeah, that's
so,
what we've learned about our homesteading journey. Is
we're
basically
so close to doing things,
but we're still not really there.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So long and the short of it is, we're going to fix the glares. We're going to get the lighting a little bit better, and we're going to have the camera quality a lot better too. So if you stick with it, I promise you we will try our best not to completely disappoint you. But at this point, does it really matter? Okay, so we're going to talk to you about the letter B. Yesterday, I know this is going to be a surprise to you, but we started with the letter A, which we talked about our anniversary. We had our 29th wedding anniversary. 29 years of bliss for her.
We partied hardy, man.
Yeah,
we watched
did.
What did we watch?
Watched a few hours of television.
We had a nice meal. We'll talk about some other stuff that we did yesterday, but it was.
So we did. Yeah, it was probably our weirdest anniversary, being completely, cloistered with the rest of our family here. But we had 29 years, and that was pretty good. So 29 years in one day, we're crushing it. And let's see.
So what else we talked about?
So we talked about abs, and my daughter was a little surprised that we were talking about abs because apparently, according to her, I don't have any, but I do have them. I do have abs. They're there. But my abs are hiding beneath a layer of fat. So
a layer of ice cream.
Yeah, nobody's gonna hurt my abs. But I have been doing some exercising, which is a little bit weird for me, but pretty regularly. So been lifting some weights. And some of you are thinking, am I doing the beer curls? But no, I actually haven't been doing too much. I will say this though, what did you give up for Lent? What did you give up for Lent and then realized, that's nothing compared to what the Lord has given up for Lent for me. And
yeah. I mean, in the past, you've had it to where you have traveled the entire 40 days of Lent, and you're like, you know what? I'll do what I can, but ultimately I'm giving up my family for Lent.
It's crazy during Lent. But
this
now,
is like a whole new level.
Yeah.
It's okay, though.
I had given up for Lent. I don't know if it really matters if I disclose this, but I had given up for Lent almost all liquids except water and coffee. That was it. So no alcohol, no soda, no nothing. Now, I'm not insane hardcore, so like on Sundays I do treat it like a mini Easter, and I will allow myself a little bit of something. But as a general rule, that was it, and that's a pretty big deal for me because I like to partake in a variety of drinks. B for booze.
The first
That's,
P of the day.
that's my grandmother's kind of word, booze. You know, in the old
Booze.
days, they used to call couches Davenports, or garbage, rubbish, or drinks, alcoholic drinks, booze. So anyway, but boy, it's been tough, hasn't it? It's been a little bit crazy giving up. It's like, hey, let's give up everything.
Okay.
You know, all people, gatherings, worship together, you know, in person. Anyway, so yesterday we talked about anniversary. We talked about abs.
We talked about the apocalypse.
We talked about
the end
the
of the world
apocalypse
that we're experiencing right now.
Yeah, which is,
at least Chris thinks it's the end of the world.
I don't necessarily
think
think it's the end of the world, but I do think it's not a bad idea to recognize it's going to take longer than we want it to get back on track. Which have you been watching some of the televised, basically updates and announcements from the president or even your local governor? The reality is setting in that we're not going to be having gatherings in Easter, and we're certainly some of us are looking at a little bit longer. So.
Okay, but let's...
Yeah,
okay,
letter of the day.
Hold on. But before we go on to our new letter of the day, let's draw attention to our amazing sign behind us.
Yes, nice job,
We had
Mary.
this logo, professionally made months ago. Probably it was in the fall. We had come up with this idea of doing this, and we had that logo made. And so our daughter, our awesome daughter, did put that onto a bulletin board, a poster board for us, Mary. So pretty awesome. Since we are so lo-fi here, we're keeping things simple. Yeah. Even though we're trying to do better. But
hey, if you muted that, like you just muted that, will that mute our audio as well?
No.
How do you know that?
Because it mutes the speaker, not the mic.
Yeah, look at me. I know everything. Do you ever find yourself living with someone who's smarter than you? Welcome to my world.
What is like?
That's horrible. That's the worst. One day after our anniversary, and you slam me. That was a body slam right there.
But okay, truth though, you are way higher educated than I am.
Yeah, I'm highly educated. I'm higher educated than she is. So there.
And you read a lot more, which we'll get to.
Well, that really makes a difference.
And you spell a lot
apparently
better than me, but I know math. We had a discussion about prime numbers last night.
We're gonna talk about this real quick, okay? Even though M is the letter for math. Scott Brunell, that's a South Dakota peep. Hey, you know what? So here's the deal. I should have learned this probably when I was in South Dakota or North Dakota before that. But this whole prime number, I thought we were talking about the less than, greater than sign. That's what I thought we were. See, I don't even know prime numbers.
Well, because we were talking about how last night we're thinking, our anniversary wasn't anything super special. But I'm like, well, it's the 29th anniversary. So like that number 29 is such a weird number. It's like an insignificant number. He's like, why would you say it's an insignificant number? I'm like, because it's a prime number. Like it only goes into itself and 1. It's useless. Whereas like 27 can work with 9 or 3, but
I'm
like
living with Rain Man.
Is like useless, right?
It's a prime number. What person do you know says 29's a weird number? It's a prime number. Nobody even knows what a prime number is, probably, out there.
I think you guys do.
Does anybody really even care
if
it's a prime number?
Yes.
Who cares? What's the point of a prime number?
It just feels...
It feels
awkward.
Prime.
Like 17 is awkward. It just is an awkward number.
Well, 17 was awkward in a variety of ways for me. The thing is that nobody says, 29th anniversary. That's a prime number.
Okay, what were we talking about?
I don't know. We haven't even gotten to it. You guys, I'm going to take my thumb off. Okay.
So, there's the camera.
Hey, listen. So anyway, here's the truth. Today is going to be an exciting day. I'm going to go down to the well, I don't know if I should disclose, but we're going to have a live feed with the bishop today, and
everything's secretive these days.
It's going to be pretty exciting. So for the diocese, Linda and I every day are doing this little county route report, and we talk about things obviously really important, like prime numbers.
All right,
Carol Baskins. How many of you have seen that?
B.
Baskins. How many of you have seen the Tiger King? Listen, everywhere I go on social media now, I'm seeing memes. This whole.
It's worth your time.
It's worth your time.
It's worth your time
to waste your time, because otherwise, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Right, for real. So,
but it's worth it. You will. If you haven't seen it, you'll sit there probably with your mouth open half the time, going,
"Wait a minute,
are these people for real?
Is this a Saturday Night Live skit?" It's like, what's going on?
But it's true. And I mean, these people who are already popular have probably gone through the roof, and but not for the right reasons.
I know, right?
So I don't think I want to be known for feeding my husband to a tiger.
And moving on. Okay, you are tiger now. All right. So today's letter of the day is B. B. And so what we want to talk about is probably one of the most important things that we could talk about, which is books. And I know somebody like, oh my gosh, Chris, that's way more interesting than a prime number. Of course it is. I love books. So I'm basically trying to use this platform as a chance to talk about what are you reading? What are you reading? And I have a few book recommendations I want to give to all of you who are able to get some books off of the intraweb. There's some places you can still order books, digital copies and regular books to show up. So I want to give you a couple of those suggestions, if that's all right. Linda, were you closing your eyes because you were meditating deeply upon what I was saying, or were you closing your eyes because I don't know if I want to listen?
I don't mind listening about books. I just know that you're going to go really off.
I'm not going to go really off.
You're going to go on your tangent. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
You got
all right, so I got to show you something. About 2 years ago, I got a recommendation from a friend for a book called Beneath the Scarlet Sky. Now, this was only available on on Amazon. It was like $1.99. It was super cheap, and I had seen it a lot, but I hadn't had interest in it. But this friend recommended it. I could not stop reading it. I blazed through this sucker, and it's about basically the Italian resistance during World War II. Now, I'm kind of a sucker for World War II novels anyways, and so maybe you read like The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, or even, biographical books, by like Corrie ten Boom, The Hiding Place, or Night by Weissel. Here's the thing, is that this book was so cool and informative, partly because it was from a perspective that we don't have a ton of written material about. So from the Italian resistance, it was pretty special, actually. So I like that a lot. That was a good one. And then the one I've read recently that's been very helpful was by S.M. Sterling, Dies the Fire. And all I'm going to say is basically this helped prepare me for the zombie apocalypse. This is the whole idea is simply an EMP, electromagnetic pulse, goes through, but not only are they without electronics, but it does something to the makeup of kind of the general reality of physics.
Okay.
And so,
as you guys are sitting there listening, if you're still awake, you can put in the comments anything that you've been reading, because first of all, this book nerd wants to know what you're reading.
I do.
Comment.
Yeah.
If you're reading anything, if you are, or if you're watching something on TV, put that in the comments too.
What does the TV have to do with books?
Because people might not be reading, but they're going to be watching.
It could be broadcast for B. What do you watch?
We'll get to that in a minute.
All right, so real quick, I have a few more. Okay, so in light of the end, our seclusion, Kristen Hanna, The Great Alone. This was pretty good, actually. I read
backwards
this.
To you? That's not backwards.
I don't think it's backwards, but it's just basically going to Alaska and trying to survive with zero skills. So pretty much like our life here in central New York.
That's true. Zero skills.
But this is pretty good. I liked it. So again, I'm interested in people who are going to try to. You're about to lose a person too.
Oh, another one. Oh,
okay. And just a couple more. This is one of the best. Patrick Rothfuss, The Name of the Wind. Here's the problem.
I read that one.
It's good.
Yep.
Patrick Rothfuss. I wish he would finish. He's got 2 books out at least, but
you're such a dork.
And then the last is Jim Butcher,
read that
and
one
I love Jim Butcher. Now here's the thing about this. He has 2 books coming out, number 16 and number 17 for the Dresden Files. So
okay, I will add.
that's
it is
pretty
nice
awesome.
that when you have a series that's that long, and
Yeah,
it is. It's
yeah.
kind of like Jim Butcher. He's a warlock, right?
No, he's a wizard.
He's a wizard.
Oh my gosh! How do you?
He's a wizard, but he lives in modern times, not like Harry Potter. And he solves murder, or he solves mysteries that are kind of in the supernatural realm.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It is pretty good, yeah.
Okay, long and the short of it is, and then here's this author, Chris and Linda Paget here for this one. Marriage and Ministry, How to Have One Without Destroying the Other. That's pretty good. This is pretty cool, little devotional Holy Spirit book. And then the new one that's out, The Mystery of Joy. That's out on Kindle. All right, blah, blah, blah. I could talk about
you got that
books.
actually in hand.
I did. I got it. I had to proof it, and
Cool.
it's up. So long and the short, I love books, obviously, and I'm actually struggling a little bit not being able to go to bookstores. We're probably going to save a lot of money to be completely honest, because
I'm missing Goodwill.
It was my release. Now, if I go over here a little bit, then I cut out some of the glare. My girth is blocking the light. What do you want to talk about? Something with B. How about B? B.
C. Broadcasting, the British Broadcasting Company. All right, stop. I didn't make
All right, well, go ahead. Let's hear about it.
So, BBC is my love language. I do read some. I'm not a huge fiction reader. I've actually enjoyed the last couple of days listening to or watching YouTube videos from Homesteaders of America. They had a whole series of like growing your own food kind of things, and so it was very fascinating. I learned several things that I did not know before. It was very good, and it's free, which is super awesome. But BBC, anything British television is what I love. But people are starting to catch on about how good British TV is. And so some of the more popular ones that have been out in the mainstream for most people lately have been like the Sherlock. I don't think they're making any more, but the Sherlock with, what's his name?
Cumberbatch.
Yeah, so Doctor Strange is Sherlock. It's a fabulous series. Broadchurch.
David Tennant.
If you like murder mysteries.
That's pretty amazing, actually.
Top notch. And Luther, that's older though. That's who's that? What's
Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Something
so
like
he's been pretty popular
Idris,
in movies.
I think he had the coronavirus from what I had heard, actually.
Wow. And then what else was there? There's Doctor Who. Doctor Who had made a comeback several years ago, and that's done well.
Matt Smith was the. Who was your first Doctor? Ours was Chris. Well, when we were kids, it was Tom Baker. But actually, when we really kind of got into the zone for us as a family, it was Christopher Eccleston. So we jumped in with that, and then David Tennant, of course, blew it out of the waters, and then what? And then
I
Matt
love David
Smith.
Tennant, yeah.
Now we haven't really watched the new series with the lady, but she's a great actress.
Okay, but for me, let me tell you though. I'm gonna go nerdy here for you for a second. That I like.
Prime Numbers wasn't nerdy enough.
I like actually 80s, 90s British TV. I've started
the music though is
it is
brutal
so bad.
On the 80s.
It's so hard. But the I've been rewatching.
Mary, the set's falling apart.
No.
Mary.
Okay.
Sorry.
And then the old one I'm
B
rewatching.
for broken.
The touch.
She's on a test.
Oh, will you come fix
help us
the
here.
sign?
Anyway, the show I've been rewatching is called Touch of Frost. It was done in the 90s. It's super dated, but I've enjoyed that.
Yeah, there you go, Mayor. Or Ella. What's your name? Who is
Ella.
Ella. Thanks, Elle. Good job, babe.
It's not going to stay. All right.
So Touch of Frost.
But my all-time favorite BBC show is Midsummer Murders.
Gosh,
there's
this is
like
going on forever.
There's like 18 seasons of that.
My gosh.
Yes.
Talk about like.
But I like
wow.
murder. Give me murder any day. I would so much. I even reading about it. I like Agatha Christie.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I like that kind of stuff. Okay, apparently we're losing people.
Listen, our
Let's
set's
wrap this
falling
up.
apart.
We have more bees to
Our
talk
set's
about.
falling apart, and you're talking about BBC. So, of course, we're going to lose people. You know, if
Okay,
you want
I wanna-
people to show up, you got to have something exciting like, you know, a tiger.
Now our
The
furnace, our
furnace just kicked on.
fireplace is making noise. Okay, hold on. So we're going to continue with B.
All right,
we're going
B.
to go on to our homestead update.
Oh, good.
Okay?
Yes,
All right,
yes.
because I want to talk about a B word called bacon.
Ooh, I love bacon.
I basically have bacon grease going through my hair right now.
It's the
I
new hair
promise
gel.
I will
for-
shower tonight, but I didn't. I was too exhausted last night. We're just being real here, people.
Yeah, we're up, people.
Too tired to shower. I spent my whole afternoon, evening on my feet because we had in the basement this massive bag of pig fat, and
Lard.
I wanted to render it down.
Faster. You have to talk faster. I mean, look at.
If you stop interrupting me, I could talk a lot faster.
You know what?
Then you're gonna stop.
What I'm
Interrupt.
telling. Okay. And back. At least we can cut that.
Okay, so I wanted to render that pig fat down into lard, and so we did that yesterday, and it was. But
Wait a minute. Pig fat's not already lard?
no, the lard is like. So what I had was a big bag of pig fat, but it's not just fat. So you have to you render it down, you cook it down so that the fat turns into like oil, you know,
Yep.
grease, and and that kind of cleans it up, and boom. So I have like a ton of new lard that we can use for whatever, for making soap, to making candles even, but cooking with it and frying with it. That's what they use before Crisco, and it's way better for you than Crisco. And then, but then you have all these leftover pieces, and so then I had to fry those up, and they basically turn out to be like little bacon bits, but that was the danger. Those things jumped everywhere. They're like poking me in the face, and they're just popping in the grease, and that's why not only is my kitchen covered in bacon grease, my hair, the kids were like, Mom, you have bacon in your hair. Like, that's what they were telling me last night, because I had literally bits of bacon in my hair from it popping up at me. So I bought last night online one of those shields that you put over a frying pan.
Yeah.
So, but that's my B word. So bacon, the bacon fat or grease or lard or whatever it is. But I went to bed last night feeling so proud of myself. I felt like a real homesteader because I not only did the bacon, I not only did the lard, but our milk was going bad, so we made yogurt, which turned out good.
That's
and
cool.
we made the beginnings of ice cream. We're going to churn it today. I had to sit in the fridge. Never have made ice cream or yogurt before, and so
That's
that was kind
awesome.
of cool. So I felt like a real homesteader.
Linda, did you know that well, I guess my question to you was, when we saved the fat, the pig fat, did you already know that you wanted to do this to it later, or was that something
Oh,
you
yeah.
just thought, I'm not sure?
Yeah, because I did that with remember when we
With
had
the
our
deer?
one deer? I took the fat from that and I made candles out of it. So I cooked
Yes.
that down and made candles out of it.
I
And
heard
so,
you can make soap, right? Soap?
soap. Fat is a part of soap, yes. And that's why people make it out of goat's milk, because I think it's the fat.
You know what's weird? I mean, you think about it, you're rubbing fat on you to get clean. That's disgusting.
Certainly better than the chemicals that are in most soaps.
Oh, that's true. So, but what did you call those little lardlings? The little fat
Lardons.
Lardons?
Lardon. Lardons.
So,
I've never
yeah.
heard that, but I got them really crispy. I dried them out from the oils, and they dried and cooled. I put them in a bag, and they're crumbly. I'm doing a video on this. It'll be on here at some point. They're crumbly, and they're supposed to be good on eggs or on salad. Yeah, kind of like
The thing
bacon
about
bits.
it is, it's not like a bacon bit in terms of it doesn't have a lot of chew. It's almost like
crispy.
it dissolves in your mouth fast.
It's
like
crumbly. Yeah.
yeah. So, but it is pretty good actually. So that
And it
was
doesn't
nice.
have the really strong flavor of bacon because it's not actually bacon, because bacon's smoked. And this is not. This is just
So
meat.
we can use that for the long haul in terms of cooking. So we have oils now to cook in, and
It just felt good to take something out
Yeah.
of the freezer
obviously
and
you can use it for
repurpose it
hair
into
care
something
products.
else.
So what other B should we talk about? Should we talk about sports, balls? Sorry. What sports? The thing is that people are really frustrated right now because the sports are gone. Like, it's gone. Like there's a desperation. They're all playing all the old stuff on like ESPN and NFL Network.
And that's why the show like All American is so hot right now because it's about football. Yeah.
Well, they haven't canceled the football season yet. Let's hope and pray they don't. But yeah, people are pretty much at a loss. Here's the thing: is that I've noticed this time period, people are using it as ultimately a time of obviously renewal and encouragement with family and their faith. But they're going a little stir crazy out there. I'm seeing that a lot.
People have been commenting. Why have we not been seeing these comments?
I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Melanie, the Dempster's Tiger King makes me feel better about my life.
My feed wasn't going up. All of a sudden, I see these. Oh my eye rolls.
Weird.
I do eye rolls all the time.
You know what? I was in the middle of a conversation. Son of a Ella! Ella! Our set's falling apart again.
Gosh,
this is
Britt,
unbelievable.
we are so bad.
Unbelievable.
These feed hasn't been feeding up, so I'm sorry.
That falls again. Brett said, well, Brett, it was longer than 2 minutes, okay? Yeah, it felt nice job, Ella. She's the help.
You're both so exciting and riveting.
Yeah, when a couple talks about pig fat, things are getting sexy.
What was that about murder? I love murder.
Listen, here's the thing.
Just stand there and hold it, Ella.
Yeah, good job, Elle. Just hold
my
it.
Favorite B word.
Anyway, back to balls. So because we live out here a little bit in the farming area, we're allowed to go outside and not have to worry about like social distancing issues. But
you're spitting on my camera.
I'm not spitting on your camera. How am I supposed to ever complete a thought
I know,
if you keep interrupting
We're
me?
going to have to work on this. We're going to have to lay some ground rules.
This is unbelievable. Look at Ella in the background. Ella.
Yeah.
Nice work. This is what? This is, like if you want to eat dinner tonight, you got to work
Hold
for
the
the family. Somebody's going to be like, that's so horrible. I can't believe you would do that to your children. They can eat. They'll be allowed to eat whether they do something or not. Here's the thing is that, anyway, long and the short of it is, I think people are going a little bit stir-crazy right now, and my joke was they found the live button. But we have been doing live stuff for a long time anyways.
You don't need to be so defensive. It's okay. It's okay.
You know what? I'm about to.
Calm down.
I'm about to.
Calm dude.
Calm dude.
Calm dude.
Anyway, so tell us what you're doing, to keep yourself sane amidst the crazy. Let us know what you're up to. I know some people are doing a lot of game night stuff. It would be cool. We could do a little Dungeons and Dragons or some sort of a game and maybe live feed that. I think Bob Rice was talking about maybe doing
That's
that
a D
with
word,
us.
though.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that later. But games.
Ooh, a live D&D.
Yeah. Let's see. And then, so some people are doing games. A lot of people are doing the movies. A lot of people are doing maybe some outdoor walks and stuff if they got a little bit of property playing basketball and all that. A lot of people are reading. I read at night. That's when I read. I'm reading right now The World According to Garp by John Irving. Yeah, I mean, I read a lot. So,
all right. So
biking. You're biking.
Ooh,
Biking's a
biking's
B word.
a good word.
Good job,
Thank you,
Ella.
Let's talk about bikes.
Ella's been biking a lot, actually, out on the driveway.
Yes,
so that's
it makes
nice.
me so happy to look out and to see her entertaining herself like that because I don't have time for that. But biking is definitely probably my favorite. Melanie said that bacon's one of her favorite B words, but biking by far is my favorite B word.
I can think of a different word that's maybe more exciting than biking.
Anyway, biking, I've been wanting to, so as soon as the weather gets warm enough and it's not killer wind and I have time, I want to go biking out on the trail. We've walked the trail a couple times, but I want to bike on the trail.
Okay, long story short, just let us know what you're doing to keep yourself entertained out there. Have you seen this whole thing with people are going to be having a whole bunch of children? I saw that they were going to name the babies
Boomers.
Quarantine and Corona virus.
But that's a B word.
Ridiculous.
Babies.
Boomers.
Babies. Boomers. Baby boomers.
Listen, I love babies, and I mean, I love baby animals. So if anybody has a baby animal that they don't want anymore, you can bring it over. Well, you can't bring it here. You can put it on our property and let it push it towards our door, and we'll take it.
He doesn't mean that.
I literally do mean that. We need a cow, a baby cow.
We have to have a fence for it.
They can stay in the house for now. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so bovine. Anyway, long story short, we'll talk to you tomorrow. I hope you have a great day.
Guess
you
what
know,
the letter tomorrow will be?
C for Chris. It's gonna be a good day. Crazy. So
Corona!
Stop.
We're
Nobody
doing all
wants
the C
that.
words.
Hey, so bulldog. Let's do one last one.
All right.
So I've had a bulldog pretty much my whole life. When I was a kid, my dad had an English bulldog. No, it wasn't. English bulldog named Maya, and then we had a dog who was actually a sibling of Maya, my mother and my sister and I, named Muggs. And so my whole childhood as a kid, I was growing up for the most part around English bulldogs. Well, when I got a little bit older, we wanted to get another dog. And so we got little Hagrid here. And Hagrid, how old is Haggy now? Come here.
He is
Oh, I can't actually put him on my
We have two
pants.
Haggids on your shirt.
Yeah. This is Haggy.
So,
Haggy is how old? 6?
7.
7 years old. And he's been a really good dog. We stop. Now he wants to come in.
Yeah, now he wants to come in.
And so we're kind of
good
dog
boy.
lovers and English bulldogs at that. So we tried once to get Hagrid to have babies with another dog. He's a boy,
managed.
but
He's
the
a boy.
babies didn't work out. So it was a tough. Only one survived, and the parents have it. But anyway, blessings to you guys. We love you. We hope you're well. Anyway, sorry. We're so dysfunctional. All right, talk to you later. God bless.